things were just building with me. I was getting so frustrated in my marriage. And it happens like with a lot of couples where you keep making requests for your spouse to do something that you need them to do. Not just want, but need them to do. And then they may promise that they're going to do it and then they don't do it. Or if they do it for a very short period of time and then you just give up hope. I went through all that. When it happened to us, we went to a marriage therapist. The marriage therapist could not help us. He told us that he could only help marriages where both partners were extremely motivated to work on the marriage. And so, we put our faith in him. We put our faith in him and went and separated on our own and made a gigantic mess of everything. We made more mistakes than I could ever begin to tell you. And we ended up divorced within about 7 or 8 months. We rushed the process. I think we still loved each other, but we were so angry and disappointed with each other. It was hard to feel it at the time. And that's when I realized that we should have slowed this process down until we got to a calmer state and could access our feelings again. We had 2 very young children who paid a very, very deep price for our ignorance and not knowing what to do. This lit a fire in my belly to understand what happened. Could there have been anything done to help us? Eventually, this burned so heavily in my heart and in my mind that I decided to go to graduate school and become a marriage and family therapist and put my focus on understanding marriage crisis. It was during that period of time when I was studying and researching for my dissertation topic, which was how marriages end, how people decide to end their marriage when they've been married a long time. And when I did the research, that's when I uncovered all these things that were out there, this information that said, if you do this, this is going to happen. If you do that, that's going to happen. Be sure and do this. And I'm like, why don't marriage therapists know about this stuff? Know what to do and stop making mistakes and stop ending up prematurely divorced. And if they're going to separate, if they need a separation, how to do it where you don't get stuck in separation limbo, but you're also doing it with a purpose and a rhyme and a reason. So after I finished my dissertation, I immediately wanted to write a book about this subject. I presented it. I went to writers' conferences. I met agents. I presented it. I sent off numerous book proposals. I can't even tell you how many I sent out. And of course, I got rejected dozens and dozens of times. So finally, the editor I'd been working with, Candace Johnson, called one of her former employers and told them about my book. And that's HCI Publishers, and they immediately agreed to publish it. And so we've been working with them for over a year. We're so excited that it's coming out now. I really hope it changes the way we do divorce and separation and marriage crisis in our culture. I have big hopes and dreams to change everything to where we do things more thoughtfully, slowly, respectfully, and we do not damage our children, because they are the ones that usually pay the heaviest price for our ignorance and stupidity and all the crazy that we feel during a marriage crisis. So I think I want out what to do when one of you wants to end your marriage is the handbook for anyone who's contemplating leaving their marriage or already in the marriage crisis and divorce process. The book cradles you from the beginning of the crisis when somebody says, I think I want out, and it holds you and coaches you and teaches you what to do and how not to make mistakes during the whole process all the way through the end, even post-divorce and co-parenting and dating again. So I hope that you will get this book. If you have friends who have troubled marriages, this is the book for them. I thank you for listening to me and considering reading I Think I Want Out, What to Do When One of You Wants to End Your Marriage. This is Becky Whetstone, the Marriage Crisis Manager. Thank you.